time with our family. This is the easiest way to amp up your television experience or amp up the party with just listening to this soundbar as your music source, because it is both. It is the Solo Series 2 Bluetooth soundbar. This has been on fire, and I'll tell you why. Not only because we know it's Bose and their premier sound quality, but it's the lowest price we have ever offered. It's $149.98. I have paid more than that for a tiny speaker from Bose. This is a soundbar, but it's slim, it's easy to put anywhere, and we have it at the lowest price we've ever done. We've also taken care of the shipping and handling, and it's $1 a day on Easy Pay. Brett Hamilton, this is like the most affordable way to get that luxury Bose gift, in my opinion.
It's a little bit of extra Christmas swaggle.
Yeah.
I just created a word, swaggle.
I know what you mean, and
I
love it.
Well, here's the deal. You buy a beautiful TV. It could be a 32-inch TV like this. It could be a big 80-inch TV.
We got to work on your mic, Brett.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, but or I can well, no, I can't. I don't have the right kind of mic. So we're gonna fix that real quick.
All right. Well, let me just lean in.
Okay.
Because I just want to tell you guys a story.
Okay.
So you buy a new TV and the picture looks beautiful, but what happens when you try to listen to something? And you go, well, it all sounds like this. It actually sounds like my mic.
Yeah,
sounds
like you
right
sound right now.
It sounds like this. So what does it sound like? It sounds like this. Let's start with the TV sounds. Is my mic back or no?
I think you're back.
Am I back, guys?
You're back.
Yeah, okay. Listen to the TV sound first. No Bose yet, just TV. Not bad.
Yeah.
But what happens when we do this?
Wow. I feel like we're there now.
Yeah. It gets better. Feel that heartbeat?
Wow.
Back to the TV speaker. Court, all that bottom end is gone, right?
Yeah.
The bass, the moment, the whole deal. So let's start again from the top real quick.
Wow.
I want you guys to just listen to the TV speaker. And those speakers, by the way, are on the bottom of the TV. But this is out front right here. And those helicopters fly across the room.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Until I shut it off and we go back to this. And for those of you wondering about volume, I've got this thing at 97, whatever it is. That's as loud as that TV gets. It's not about volume. It's about clarity. It's about identity. It's about that.
I literally had an update, but I couldn't. Brian, you got to tell me again because I was taking off in a helicopter or something. In the last 2 months, over 15,000 orders placed. This is the last order ever. We have the final 1,200. This will go.
Yeah.
You will be so upset at yourself if you don't click checkout and if you've been eyeing this because we've never done a better price. This is it. It's $30 on Easy Pay. You have until the end of January to send it back. And the beautiful thing is, Brett, it's for your TV, yes, but that sound system is enough to create a party of music for your entire home.
It is.
With one thing, instead of having to put speakers out everywhere.
Yeah, and for those of you going, well, what if I want to listen to music? What if I want to listen to something other than what's on my TV? It's also a Bluetooth speaker. And all you have to do that is just go over to your remote, click on the little Bluetooth icon right there. Tilt it this way. A little Bluetooth icon. And it comes to life to play all of your music as well. But tonight, I think for everybody, they're like, well, my dad's older, my mom's older, my whatever's older, and they just keep turning up the volume.
Right.
But when you turn up the volume, it sounds like this, and you make it louder, it's still noisy. It's still tough to decipher what it is that you're listening to.
And it could be damaging to your TV.
Well, damaging to your hearing, you know, even worse than what it already is. So listen to this trippy little video right here. This is kind of cool. This is completely different than what we were just watching.
God, it's so, like,
again,
unreal.
just for the bass. But that strike of the piano key. Let's go back to the TV for a second.
I mean,
if you
night and day.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't know what you were listening to, you wouldn't, or if you didn't know the difference of what you were listening to between here and here, it's not so bad. But listen to the difference.
It's pretty incredible how
It's-
powerful such a small footprint can be.
Well, and that's the thing, not to interrupt, but when we think about how big our TV is or how small our TV is, and we hang it up and we take all that room up in our wherever our living space is, our dining room, living room, family room, whatever. What's just a little bit more just to pop the speaker down at the bottom?
It's like not even 4 inches on the side.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tiny footprint and it's 2 cables. So for anybody at home right now going, all right, well, you guys always make it sound so easy and so simple, but how am I going to actually make this work when I get it home? 2 cords. One is the power cord, and one is something called an optical cord or cable. You don't even need to know what that means. It plugs into here and it plugs into there. You take your television remote, you turn down the volume. You can actually leave the speakers on your TV if you want. I kind of feel like it gets in the way, but let me show you something.
And it comes with its own little remote.
And it comes with its own remote. So the only caveat here is that you'll now have an additional remote when it comes to watching TV. But you know what? For the payoff, I think it's worth it. But I want to show you guys the most important part of what we're doing today, and that is the lower right-hand corner here is the dialogue enhancement button. For the moms, the dads, the grandparents, anybody that turns up the volume and swears that that will make it easier to understand, that's not the case. This
and real
is,
quick before you
yeah.
show us, we have fewer than 900, so I just feel bad because I don't want it to sell out before you understand. Like, these are the only quantities we're ever going to get again in this item, and now there's fewer than 900. Okay, dialogue.
Yeah, no, dialogue enhancement mode means what it does is it kind of suppresses all of what we just showed you, the helicopters, the explosions, whatever the noise is on top of the dialogue.
Yeah.
I just want to hear Brett and Courtney talk to each other
Yeah.
while it's raining, while there's an action scene, whatever it might be.
That's my biggest annoyance with all
Yeah.
the streaming devices and platforms is they all have different levels of natural sound. Like my husband and I, we don't have hearing loss at this
Right.
point in our lives, but I'll be watching a show and I'm like, can you hear them? Because
Well,
it's so loud in the background.
And the natural, I guess the natural reaction is, well, I guess if I turn it up, it'll be easier to understand. And that isn't the case, because when you turn up the volume, you don't clean up the sound, you just make the sound louder,
Yeah,
whatever
you're
the
turning
sound
up
is.
everything.
Yeah, and remember, a lot of the movies that you're watching were mixed for a movie theater, where there's speakers without exaggeration everywhere, above, below, to the sides, left, right, and all that stuff.
800 remain.
You get it home, and you get that movie home, you get it streaming, whatever you get it, and your TV can show you the image, but the speakers in the TV, simply because there's physically no place to put a sound system, can't handle that audio mix. This is your magic decoder ring. This is going to take the sound that's in the movie, the streaming, whatever it might be, break it down and give you all of those channels in real time so that you can listen.
So you can hear, and like how wonderful would that be if maybe you can skip the captions now on certain shows,
Right.
because instead you're able to hear the dialogue better.
Yeah. Well, oh, by the way, did I mention that you can... now I'm bragging.
But now it's the party, it's like, but it's wonderful to have multi-purpose anything, but it's not like we don't know Bose for music speakers either. So how great that it's now one thing that does more than one thing.
Yeah, and when you look at the price and you see $150, you expect to spend that for a Bose music system. Think about the Wave, what that cost. That was what, $299 and on up over the years to just listen to your music.
Half our quantity is gone forever. I mean, we have fewer than 700. So if it's not, click check out if you've not. We can never actually bring this in again.
This one's done.
This one's done.
It's rare that we have that opportunity where
Yeah.
we see the end of it. But what I was saying is that you would typically pay whatever you're going to pay tonight just for music or just for making the TV sound better. Now you have both. And for those of you going, how did he do that? I did it with the remote that I showed you before. I just hit the Bluetooth button. Now the music is coming from this. It's coming from my phone. So while we're done with couples skate here, how about something a little more upbeat so we can brag a little bit of, I'm going to turn on the little bass enhancement here.
And it does the music justice. Now you're like in the, that restaurant or in the bar and where they're playing live music.
Well, you're in a theater.
Yeah.
But the theater's not just here, because as you guys saw, the video is still playing. So for a Christmas party, you can have a movie up here with whatever's going on, but playing your favorite Christmas music.
Fireplace
Up there.
Fireplace, Christmas music
I'll take
going.
that.
I always do that. That's like my thing. And, I know a lot of us have some of the devices that do a lot of different things, and they tell the time, and you can ask questions. The speakers are not like that. They're like little, it's just not, you can't even compare if you love to entertain. Or I think of my grandpa, I always say this because he always had music blasting all the time, but especially around Christmas,
Yeah.
and always good quality.
Well, and Christmas time, I think more than any other time of the year, I say this all the time, is a trigger. When you listen to music, it has that ability to transform you back to another time.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about outside your lifetime. I'm talking about like how one song you can go to an event and smell the food or remember what the room looked like or who was there or whatever. It's incredible
I could
how our
almost
brains
cry,
react.
like listening to this. I could literally almost cry, and it's because I just think of all the things that I remember when I was young from growing up, and this time of the year where you hear these special songs. I know it's for both the TV and this, but I would buy it for either one of those things separately. And if you want to be one of those people, we have fewer than now 500 total forever. This is the best gift that I think. This is a self-purchase that you're actually gifting to others, even if it's for your home.
Yeah.
Because of how much others will enjoy it.
Well, and simplicity when you think about this, because I know there's a lot of people out there watching and going, I'm not tech savvy. Please promise me that it's going to be as easy as you say it is. I promise you. There's no app, there's no Wi-Fi. There's just the two cords that are in the box. One plugs in the back, that plugs into the wall for power. The other one plugs into the optical port. You don't need to know what that is. It's only going to fit in one spot here and one spot back here. It will work on any flat screen TV. I don't care if your TV's 25 years old. As long as it's a flat screen and not a tube TV, it will work. And just as easy as we're listening to this beautiful song, I can go like this and wow you with this.
Yeah.
It really is a 2-in-1. And for anybody going, well, isn't that what the TV sounds like? No, it's not, because that's what the TV sounds like.
400 remain. The final 400 forever, the lowest price we've done. We've taken care of shipping and handling. I mean, when I think of a gift in this space, actually, it was interesting. My family, we do a name draw this year,
yeah.
and the cap is 150.
Yeah.
And you kind of think, I want to give a really nice gift, but these days in the world of high tech,
Yeah.
150 isn't. You can't get a lot of high tech luxury gifts at that price point. But this is one where you can.
Yeah, you can, and again, the technology inside is something, let me mute this for a second, that you don't have to understand, because the good news is it does it for you. Whether you're listening to music, it could be classical, it could be rock, it could be country, whatever it might be, the equalization and all that stuff does it for you. But for anybody that's wondering what this thing looks like, here it is. I mean, I'm holding it in my hand, and on the back here, I'm going to show you exactly how you hook this up. There's two places that you need to be concerned with. One is the power. You get the power cord. The other one is the optical cable. These others
Comes with it.
Yeah, these others are actually, I said you can't use it with an older TV. You probably could using this coax in, but let's talk about the fact that any flat screen TV will work. It's two plugs, there's no app, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no setup, there's no updates, there's
just a wow.
all the junk
And
that scares me kind of
there's
stuff.
fewer than
No.
300 total, and I also love how obvious this remote is to use.
Sure, let's look at that again.
Because you know that's the captions. You know, like if you aren't a techie person, this is very simple to use.
Yeah, this is the dialogue enhancement button. If you don't use any other button other than the volume on this thing, please, please, please play around with this. You'll be very surprised at how all of a sudden you can hear what you weren't hearing before. My dad complains to me all the time.
And it's last call, Brett. Like final 200, click checkout.
Yeah, just real quick, because I know we're going to run out of time. This bass button's pretty cool. If as you get older, you don't hear as much low end, hit the bass button. The little Bluetooth is how you get your music to your device. That's how you listen to the TV, the power button. It's all very, very obvious. It's all very, very simple. And in the end, the payoff is really what it's all about. And I just can't get over how good something like this sounds without having to do anything other than just listen to it.
It's a theater in your home.
Yeah.
It might, and this size might be your bedroom and your living room.
Well,
and you might just get this for music in places too. I'm just saying it can be both.
And you bring up a really good point. It'll sound just as good on a small TV like this one. This is a 32-inch TV, as it will on an 80-inch TV. The brand of the TV doesn't matter. The size of the TV doesn't matter. In fact, the thinner TVs struggle more than the bigger ones because there's no place
sold out
to put an audio system. Oh, well, then there you go. Well,
but
then
congrats if you got it.
Then this is, I'm going
the
home.
Grinch is going to take away
I'm
the
swaggling
secret.
home.
Thank you, Brett.
All right, Merry Christmas, everybody. Enjoy.
Merry Christmas. Okay, let's talk about my top because it is still available. However, we showed you at